All right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rekha HaKodash, that is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to say much love to the brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity. And also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this lesson here, I wanted to do a response into this video that was put up by the Jimmy Dore Show here on YouTube. And as you can see, the title of this video reads, 15-minute cities are real and all about controlling you really well. So Jimmy Dore is interviewing Whitney Webb. The 4 interviews on his page, but he also he did like shorts of the interview. Yeah, he did shorts of the interview. So this is the portion of the interview where you talk about 15-minute cities. So I want to play it here, then I'll do my quick reaction to it and I'll close. I don't want to be too long, but just very interesting what you said here about the 15-minute city, which is something we've been talking about for the longest, you know. These American cities, for the most part, will be turned into 15-minute cities. Now, where they're starting this set is in Ohio, right? I remember a couple of years back when I think the mayor of Ohio, I think he was a mayor of Ohio, or at least a city in Ohio. He mentioned how that they're working towards a 15-minute city. That was about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So it's just interesting to still hear them talk about this here in 2026 and just how everything is played out in the world, man. This thing is going to be in our faces soon. Okay, we're going to be dealing with the MOTB and this system that comes with it. It's going to be very trying. It's going to be very different. Okay, it's going to be very different than what we know now. And hey, we got to deal with it. All right. It's a part of the straight gate. It's a part of us getting the kingdom. So we got to go through it. So I'm going to play the short clip here. It's about 5 minutes. Then I get my scripture and I close out. But here we go. Make sure my audio is good.
Can't really control where you go. And so these cars would determine, would have specific routes that you could, pay to use.
First of all, what is their attraction to 15-minute cities? What is that? What is their obsession with making people live in 15-minute cities?
So I haven't written extensively about 15-minute cities, but I would argue that the goal there is basically to have people more or less corralled into an area where they're easily surveilled and controlled. And that's basically the interest here. The interest here is how do a small few rule the many forever without the many ever being able to complain or do anything about it. And so ultimately, this ruling system that they've been attempting to impose on people really around the world, because this is a global governance project at the end of the day.
Right. It's a global governance project. Okay? This thing will be global, man, as it says in the scriptures. He calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. This is all over the world that is going to happen. And as you can see, all these nations who attend the UN meetings, they all agreed last year, I believe, in 2025, to these 15-minute cities and everything else that comes with this MOTB. Okay? They signed a pact, a deal. And if you go back and research, you'll find it out for yourself. So this is a global thing, and it just further showed that the scriptures are true. Okay? The MOTB going to be presented to all nations, man, to all people. And they're all going to be under that one system. Okay? Here we go.
is, using big tech tools in mass surveillance to basically create an entirely new way of life and system of living. And part of that is to basically reduce the share of what the many, i.e. the 99% or whatever, have. So, a lot of this, became extremely, unpopular, but also like people learned about it during the COVID era because of, these groups like the World Economic Forum, which, by the way, bills itself as the premier promoter of public-private partnerships. That we need to not own our cars, we need to rent them, and there should be autonomous fleets of Ubers that drive everyone around a specific radius. We shouldn't own homes. We should, rent apartments and then share those apartments when we're not there and we leave. Someone else can occupy the space. These were all things that were promoted under the guise of sustainability and other things at the time, but they're actively being, designed and acted upon. Actually, one of the Columbus smart city initiatives that's connected to this Columbus partnership that Wexner ran, he chaired it.
Columbus is talking about Columbus, Ohio. Their smart city plan. So this is happening, man, and most people have no clue that it's going down. Okay, but it's happening, and guess what? It's going to be in a city near you very soon, right? How they going to kick it off, we don't know, but it's going to happen, and it's happening.
Basically from 2001, I think, until 2021, so like 20 years, including when this was created. Columbus got a huge Department of Transportation grant from the government, and also, funding from private individuals, probably Wexner, but who knows, to basically create a new system that in Columbus where private car ownership would not exist, and instead it would be fleets of, smart cars, autonomous cars that drive people around. And so if you lose private car ownership, you can't really control where you go. And so these cars would determine, would have specific routes that you could, pay to use and what have you. And interestingly enough, this was actually a goal for the entire United States, described by this National Security Commission on AI, which was chaired by Eric Schmidt of Google, and had a lot of these same big tech guys who have major roles at companies with New Albany data centers. And they basically said that in order for the US, they said, to beat China in AI, it was necessary to end private car ownership in the United States and instead have autonomous Waymos basically drive fleets of them, Uber everybody around to where they were supposed to go, and have things, sort of planned out by AI, like where people are going, where people are working, and all of this. And so the Technocracy Inc. model that you highlighted earlier, it was really influenced by things like Taylorism and a lot of these schools of thought that came out of the Industrial Revolution that prioritize efficiency above all else. Having the trains run on time and all of that stuff being, the kind of obsession of these people in that particular era. And so they want to sort of apply that not just to industry, but to micromanaging people's lives as they, extract and exploit us for data and how much money our serf-like lives will make for them.
See me in Salt Lake City, Las Vegas.
Yeah, man. So 15-minute cities are a real thing. And I just wanted to give an update on that through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. Now I'm going to end with a scripture here in Psalms 21. Because this devil, he's moving forward with his plans, right? But he won't get this thing up and running how he really wants it, right? Psalms 21:11, for they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they're not able to perform. That mischievous device ultimately is what? Chipping the whole world. 15-minute cities, AI, robotics, right? drones, carbon footprint. I mean, you name it. This devil wants full control, man. He want to taste away you. Okay, he wants to, you know, kill your desires, kill your thoughts, your creativity, and you just follow what he said to do, right? Like a dummy. But he won't get the full pleasure like he see in his head and his plans. Most likely gonna interrupt this man. All right, but I just wanted to show that. I pray that was edifying. Shalom.